My name is Ban Har, and I'll be sharing with you a few ideas on the topic of how to improve our curriculum. In that session, we look at a few factors. We look at the system factors, a set of factors that the system need to have in order to improve curriculum. We also look at the classroom factors. What are some classroom features that we need to have in order to improve our curriculum? And finally, we look at the student factors. What are some characteristics the students need to learn through the curriculum? So in designing or redesigning or re-evaluating our curriculum, how do we improve our curriculum? We need to consider the three sets of factors. In the presentation, we are going to hear what those factors are. System factors, classroom factors, and student factors. The three main mistakes people make in trying to make children learn mathematics, the things that we do that make students not good at mathematics. The first one is making them memorize. The second one is to make them do procedures in a rote fashion. And the third one is to emphasize too much on tedious computations. Those are the three bugs in mathematics education. Memorization, the way Parrot does, doing procedure without understanding, and doing computation, which are tedious in nature, like multiplying 5-digit numbers by a 4-digit number. Those are the three bugs of mathematics learning. Because children are not able to do a few things. What are those few things? I think one of them is they do not know that this portion is nothing but a name. They think it's a number. It's actually not a number. It's a name. Just like mathematicians are a bunch of lazy people. They do not like to spell it out. So instead, they invented this symbol to replace the spelling. But some children don't realize that. So when you're helping children, that's what you do. You help them realize things that they may not have realized, because their initial learning may not be very good. So many of the children whom you are dealing with, they are not doing well not because they are not clever or they are not intelligent or they are not capable, but their initial learning has not been done properly. So what do you mean by properly? Two things. Earlier we talked about concrete materials, and now I'm talking about the language. Many children, for some reason, have not learned the proper grammar of mathematical language. For example, when they look at this, they are not literate. They are not able to read this. They do not know that this is to be read as the number and that is to be read as the name of the items. They are not literate in the language. So when you're helping them, those two things might be helpful. So when I speak to the teachers tomorrow, these are some of the things that I will advise them to make sure that initial learning has a higher chance of being correct. In this session, we are going to look at how to make mathematics accessible to learners, to all learners. And in this session, we look at when students get 5 experiences, they will learn mathematics rather well. What are the 5 experiences? The first one is exploration. The second one is structured learning. The third one is journaling. The fourth one is reflecting. And the last one is the obvious one, practicing. When students get a chance to go through the 5 experiences, they learn mathematics at a pretty high level. This is based on a set of research. For example, Piaget talked about providing processing time. And that is why we give students a problem during the exploration and ample time, say 10 minutes, to explore ways of solving the problem. And we always go from concrete to pictorial to abstract, and that's based on the work of Jerome Bruner. And we are hoping that during exploration, students also get some opportunities to work collaboratively with other people, and that's really based on the work of Vygotsky. So exploration through the use of concrete materials and visuals, as well as through collaborative efforts, that's really based on the classical theories of Piaget, Vygotsky, and of course Jerome Bruner. So how did I end up in Curaçao? I suppose that's a long process, but I've been doing quite a fair bit of work in Holland, the Dutch system, and there must be some realization by people in Curaçao through the work with the Netherlands that, oh, you know, this guy might be helpful in helping us relook at what we do in Curaçao. So the foundation, Tuta Conta, they contacted me and they persuaded me to come to Curaçao to do a bit of work, some media interviews and speaking to policymakers and teachers, basically to help us understand the process that a country like Singapore, which is not different, very different from Curaçao, I suppose because of the similarities between the aspirations of Curaçao and what Singapore have gone through. I suppose that's what interests the board members of the foundation when they were considering to get me here to do a bunch of events. That's how I got here.